So we have a full front chairs. Once again, we would like to invite all participants to please sit on the chairs that are closest to the stage so that we have a full front chairs. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Governor of Bank Indonesia and Group to the seminar room. Before we begin, we'd like to invite all participants to rise and sing the Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. His Excellency, the Governor of Bank Indonesia, Bapak Peri Warjio, Head of the Indonesian Financial Transaction Report and Analysis Center, Bapak Ki Agus Ahmad Badarudin, Senior Deputy Governor of Bank Indonesia, Bapak Mirza Adityaswara, Bapak and Ibu Deputy Governor of Bank Indonesia, Chairman of the Supervisory Body of Bank Indonesia, BSBI, Bapak Muhammad Fadil Hasan, previous Deputy Governor of Bank Indonesia, Ibu Miranda S. Gultom, Bapak Aulia Pohan, Bapak Maulana Ibrahim, and Bapak Ronald Was, Member of Commissioner Financial Service Authority, prominent speakers, Head of Banking Industry, Chairman of Associations, and all participants. We are delighted to welcome you all to Bank Indonesia for this international seminar on digital transformation for the Indonesian economy. Today's seminar is a part of a series of meetings between Bank Indonesia, the central government, and the local governments, Rakor Pusda. The meetings began on the 13th of May when the first of the evaluation of regional finance meetings, known by their Indonesian acronym RECDA, took place. This series of meetings will end tomorrow with a roundtable policy discussion and Rakor Pusda. We have prepared some fascinating topics for discussion in today's seminar, all related to how digitalization impacts the financial sector. The topics will include digital open banking and retail payment, as well as data and cloud computing. Now, we would like to invite everyone to take a moment to pray for today's seminar. To lead the prayer, we invite Bapak Muhar Pandijaya. Pak Muhar, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Governor and Deputy Governor of Bank Indonesia, distinguished speakers and guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin this event with prayer to ask our God blessing and assistance throughout our event today. Allow me to lead the prayer according to Islamic dua, and for non-Muslim, kindly please adapt the prayer to your respective religion and beliefs. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Asbahna wa asbahal mulku lillahi walhamdulillahi la sharika lah. La ilaha illa huwa ilaihin nusur. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ridhaka wal jannah wa na'udzubika min sakhatika wan nar. Allahumma innaka afuwun karim, tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna ya karim. Ya Allah, whom we and everything in the sky, on the earth, always glorify too. The Almighty of those in heaven and those on the earth. You are the most sacred, the mighty, and the wise. We ask you to teach us, Ya Rabbi, so that we can always be grateful for all the blessing that you have given us, the blessing that have enabled us to rise today, as well as to thrive and contribute to our beloved country. Ya Rabb, please make today be a momentum for us to improve ourselves and to improve our society. Please guide us so that we can play a positive role in fostering our nation and state. Please provide us and our leaders with the capacity and strength to contribute to our nation transformation toward a baldatun tayyibatun warabbun ghafur country. Please let all of us who present here today to be the best role model for our country throughout our life. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, please make our institution be the one that contributes substantially to Indonesia economy and be the best among emerging market countries, as well as be able to elevate people's welfare. Please transform our institution to be the origin of the nation best generation, to produce inspiring change leaders and outstanding leaders, who can bring valuable benefit to this country's prosperity. Likewise, please guide us to be those people who respect and honor our leader. As such, your blessing and protection will always be poured out to our country. Ya Sami'un Basir, please open up our heart to accept your taufiq and guidance, and to always be trustful to your verdict. Please hear our prayers, my Rabb, as you are Al-Mujib, the responding of our prayers. Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmatan wa hayyi lana min amrina rasyada. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Bapak Muhar Pandijaya, for leading the prayer. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to start today's seminar, we will show you a modern dance performance by Exotica Karma Wibangga Indonesia, EKI. This dance symbolizes humans in the midst of digital technology and disruption in Indonesia. After the dance, we will have a short video presentation showing the digital disruption challenging the Indonesian economy.
future comes closer, but innovation comes even faster. The world is being transformed by new technologies. It redefines customer experimentations, imposes businesses to meet new expectations. The mass adoption of mobile phone, the rapid growth of big data, and the rise of startups against the giants of various industry sectors are among many dramatic impacts that it has created. Digital transformation also systematically touches the fundamental aspect of our financial services behavior. Innovation in payment and financial sector showed by the proliferation of bank and non-bank activities create various new way of services in fund transfers, retail payment, cross-border transaction, investment management, and others. This digital innovation is reshaping industries by disrupting existing business and operating models. It is also having a big impact on society, presenting opportunities and challenges for businesses and stakeholders, such as providing channel to unbanked people and connect financial facilities and services to them. In Indonesia, we have witnessed the emergence of non-bank digital transformation, such as the upsurge of electronic money and digital wallet, the increasing of peer-to-peer lending and crowdfunding, the rise of crypto asset, and the spread of new platform in no time. Concerns on cybersecurity have never been more important than these days. Big data has ushered us new possibilities for analytics and security solutions to protect data and prevent future cyber attack. Yet, it has also given cyber criminals the opportunity to access mass quantities of sensitive and personal information through the use of advanced technologies. People are the central point of why technology should change, fueled by digitization, augmentation, and disintermediation. The way we respond to innovation will decide what we will be in one of the most transformational times. With great power comes great responsibility. Great disruption and challenges need great response. Where everything is changed, the only space left to innovate is
Ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed together how technological innovation has modified payment system and the financial sector in Indonesia. So how is Bank Indonesia responding to these digital developments? To answer this question, we would like to invite His Excellency, the Governor of Bank Indonesia, Bapak Peri Warjio, to the stage. Your Excellency, Pak Gubernur, the floor is yours.
Wow, from the dark into the bright light. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all of you, our distinguished speakers and guests, my fellows board of governors, my senior, my mentors, Senior Deputy Governor Miranda, and also Deputy Governor Ronald. Of course, my fellows from the government, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome on the first effort that Bank Indonesia hosted and organized, which is digital transformation for Indonesian economy, where we provide the platform for the regulator, the industry, and the people to talk together. How best we transform our economy, Indonesian economy, in this digital world. This is the first event, but I promise you, this is not the last one. Even this is starting the annual event that Bank Indonesia will host. So save the date for next year, sometime in May, we will also doing the same thing. International seminar on digital transformation for Indonesian economy. Not only this is the first event that we organize on this issue, but this is also the first time that we will unveil our vision, the new vision, the broad aspect integrated vision of Indonesian Payment System 2025. I will talk about this. And as a testimony for this, in this event, we will also visit the first and big step on the digital transnational payment system of introducing QR Indonesian version later on. So this is the event that we have there. So sit back and relax. Enjoy the day, and of course, we will have a very fruitful discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, the dance and the video already telling us how the digital transformation, the digital technology already transferred the human being, the people, how we give many opportunities for us to capitalize the technology information. But also disruptive nature of technology also affect the human being. Not only the human being, the industry, the economy and the finance also have the opportunity, but at the same time being disruptive of digital economy, digital technology. And let also the government, the policymakers also need also being disruptive. Digital transformation everywhere, affecting the people, the industry, the regulator, even the nation. There is no other way to adopt and adapt. Digital transformation is here to stay and will be faster, even the one that we oversee before. Even digital transformation, that the electronification of things after Thomas Edison, after Industrial Revolution of Second World War II, and also the transformation of internet. Digital transformation will be faster and have very deep impact to us. So there is no other way for us, the people, the industry, the regulator, the nation must adopt and adapt. There is no other way back. With that, I will talk two aspects. The first aspect, I will talk about how the economic and finance aspect of digital transformation. How will give the opportunity, but at the same time, giving the disruptive aspect. The second part, my talk, I will talk about the central bank, the role of the central bank, or the corner of the ecosystem of digital economy and finance, and how Bank Indonesia take those role in this mandate of payment system, monetary, and financial stability by disclosing once again our new vision of Indonesian payment system 2025. Let me start with the first. Let me start how the three elements that I will talking about aspect of digital transformation in the economy and finance. If we talk from the economic and finance, I think the first aspect that we have to talk of digital transformation is about how digital transformation making the consumer becoming the focus, the center of economic and financial transaction. And how every day we are living with new business model that we never seen before. With the digital technology, all of us knows that the connectivity of the people is real, 24/7. We are even being connected closely through texts, messages, through audio, through video, everywhere, anywhere. Not only we are also being closer connected with the digital technology, but also we are being demanding of any economic and financial transaction to be personalized, to be faster being provided, broader, and also cheaper. So this transform the way business model being offered from industry. In the past, we going to the restaurant to get fancy food. But now, we are stay at house, just clicking with mobile phone. Any food we can order from the house. In the past, we have to go to the bank to get financial service. But now, everywhere, even in the beach, even wherever you go, we can be facilitated financial services through by fintech or the bank. Customer is the center. We want personalized, faster, cheaper, and also broader. And this is also transform the new way of model business. And this is the thing that both from the industry and the economy and the finance need to adopt and adapt. The giant of the bus of wholesale market must transform themselves, because otherwise will be not being competing with the new retail market being offered by any startup e-commerce. The banking must also adopt and adapt through digitalization of the banking. Otherwise, all the financial services will be offered by the fintech. The new business model characterized by the unstructuring, the unbundling of any economic and financial transaction to be closer to the customer, to the people. I think that's the first aspect that we have to look how digital transformation making the customer center as well as business model will be continuing developing faster, cheaper, and broader. And that's where the traditional structure of the economy, being the wholesale market, as well as the banking, the traditional banking, must transform, must adapt and adopt the new technology to be present, to be consistent, to be compatible with the new mode of business. Second, under digital transformation, the data is the most valuable commodity. The past, we saw the gold is the most precious commodity. We also see oil, also the precious commodity. Now is the data. Data is very precious commodity. Where the data every day being collected and being structured to cater our need. We never thought that our cell phone, our way of ordering things from the mobile being collected and to be offering to services to us. Data is the commodity. This is where the 5 giants of the data provider, which are some of them present here, Google, Apple, Alibaba, Yahoo, they are collecting tremendous data from all of us, from the people, to cater the need of us, and also to be being present and compatible in the economy. But also the data, also making sure that being used, coding is important. Data and coding is the 2 aspects in the digital transformation. Whoever owns the data, whoever owns the coding, owning the world, owning the economy, owning the finance. This data and coding will also the most important thing in the digital transformation. We see how the bigs, the giant of this digital company, they're owning so tremendous data, also the capability of coding, creating coding to cater the need of the people and industry. But this is also the data and coding also need to be responded by industry, whether talking about the big companies or whether talking about banking, traditional banking. For those traditional banking who actually have so many data around them, but in the past, they do not capitalize or commoditize their data. The banking is the most institution that have all of the data, whether from the deposit, whether from the corporate. But the issue how to capitalize things to be commoditized. Digital banking is one of the most important to be able for the banking to commoditize the data that they have, as well as to cater the need of the people and the finance. The same thing also the corporate, the wholesale corporate. They have the data, but the issue how to use them to be benefit from their business. Data encoding is also important. This is the key aspect in the digital economy and finance. The third aspect is the role of the policymakers. This is where anywhere, including the central bank, the government, financial service authority, the role of the policymakers ensuring that this innovation in digital transformation flourishing, benefiting for the economy and finance, any country, including Indonesia. But we witness also the market mechanism not always a good thing. There is always event, market failure is happening when everything's being just led by industry or market. This is the role of the policy market to answer, the role of the policy maker to answer the negative externality of this digital transformation can be mitigated, can be still benefit for the economy, but still balancing the economy, the stability, as well as the benefit of the most. Data, for example, we cannot let all of the data being owned by private. Some of the data, which is linking to customer protection, anti-money laundering, also other aspects must be provided by policy maker. The need for the policy maker to establish public infrastructure data hub, where public data must be shared, where private data can be utilized for business. The balance of those aspects need to be taken into the policy aspect. Innovation in the economy and finance must also need to be balanced with stability in monetary as well as the financial aspect. We cannot let all of the digital transformation being led by institutions on the financial services, for example, outside of the banking, the shadow banking, for example. We need to balance between those innovation in the finance, being promoting the innovation digital finance, as well as avoiding the digital banking. We need also to balance between innovation and the stability, monetary as well as financial stability. We also need to balance the policy makers on how engaging in cross-border with the national interest. So I think this is the third aspect of the role of the government, the role of central bank, the role of the financial services to balance how the digital transformation benefiting the economy, but also protecting at the same time to the economy, the national interest. This is the role of the policy maker in providing those public infrastructure as well as risk management, as well as on how to answer the cross-border. With that, let me turn to the second aspect, where the role of central bank. I believe, we do believe at Bank Indonesia, the central bank have a very important role in this digital economy and finance transformation. After all, what is central bank? The basic role of the central bank is money creation, money circulation. The basic role of the central bank is money creation and money creation. Whether in the past, money being represented by commodity, whether money being represented by fiat money, whether in the internet things, whether money being presented in the form of card, debit card or other card, account-based. The same thing in the digital of transformation, central bank have a very role. That's why we at Bank Indonesia, this is the issue that we take on as a rationale. First, as I said before, we take the view that digital transformation, the economic and finance aspect of digital transformation Indonesian economy translate in the two aspects: customer-centric and new model basis. Second, data encoding. Third, how the role of the policymaker. With that, and second, we take the role of the central bank on how the central bank as the creation of the money in the form of digital money, digital payment system. This is the form of our Indonesian payment system 2025, where first, we are taking the position that the payment system will be able to integrate of the economic and finance through the digital transformation. Digital economy and digital finance must be integrated. This is the first aspect that we have to take account. Where payment system need to interconnected of digital transformation in the economy provided by e-commerce and other stuff to the digital finance provided by digital banking as well as the payment system. As I talked before, the first aspect is, of course, how to integration of economic finance. The second aspect that I will talking later on is on the digital banking. The third aspect is about interlink fintech and digital banking, as well as the fourth aspect, balancing innovation and race, and the fourth aspect on the cross-border. Let me talk the first, our vision of payment system. The basic foundation that our vision of payment system 2025 is our payment system will be making the core of the central bank functioning, being functioned through the payment system, integrating of the e-commerce and as well as e-finance, where actually money creation through, for example, electronic money being transmitted through fintech and banking, and then using those for catering the need of any transaction. Where actually the fast payment later on that will need to be developed to cater the end-to-end process of money creation, transmission through the financial system, whether bank or fintech, and then going into the economy as well as catering the need of the people, whether on the instrument, whether on the market mechanism, whether of the institution, and as well as the clearing and settlement system. End-to-end process, we will making sure that our payment system able to integrate the finance, the economy, and the digital world. And this is very important, because if we cannot integrate this, then the monetary policy function of the central bank will not be able. The ability of monetary policy in this digital transformation will be rest on the integration of digital economy and finance through the payment system. This is also the same reason of the financial stability. How actually the financial stability can be catered and will be catered through the integration of payment system in the economy and finance, as well as on the financial inclusion. This is vision number one. Vision number two is actually we need to ensure the banking through digitalization able to adopt and to adapt. We will promote and we already promote the banking to faster their digitalization process. Digital banking is very different with ITing of banking service. Digital banking must adopt their digital transformation through omni-channel, transferring of the services and able to unbundling of the banking services to cater the need of broader aspect. So digital banking must be able to transform the technology into digital platform through omni-channel and others. Digital banking must also able to develop the apps, any apps for funding, for lending. And digital banking must also move toward open banking. Open banking and digital banking is the core of future banking in Indonesia. We will promote, we already talked to a number of larger banks that already going through the digital banking to be faster in their digital transformation, moving, pushing them, developing apps, as well as we try in the process of developing open banking through application programming interface. This is the open banking that need to be able banking to adapt through digital finance. The third aspect, the third vision is how we promote fintech to cater the need of financial services, but at the same time to be interlinked with the digital banking. This is we learn from other countries of the shadow banking, where digital finance develop very fast outside of the banking. And this is making a challenge, not only creating the shadow banking, but the inability for monetary policy and financial stability. So we will promote fintech, but at the same time, we also promote digital banking and to be interlinked between them. How we need to interlink between them? Through development of open banking, open API, application programming interface, where a number of services provided by both bank and fintech can be jointly operated and being publicly offered. We can also doing the interlink between digital banking and fintech through business ownership. We can do also business relation and other aspect. We already in the process, we already surveying how our digital banking already engaging through developing not only API, open API, but also how actually they doing the contracts between fintech. The issue, standardized contract, standardized API, and moving toward from private API into public open API. This is the cost of the future, the third vision. The fourth vision, how to balance, as I said, the benefit of digital transformation with the risk of digital transformation. How to benefit digital for the people, for the business, but at the same time protecting the people and the business from the risk of digital transformation. For the people, we need to balance of the user of data into know your customer. Know your customer, customer protection is very important in the digital transformation. We need to develop in this know your customer, not only the standard know your customer, the 5 or 7 standard, but also anti-money laundering. We need to protect the integrity of economic and finance from this, not only customer protection, but anti-money laundering. We will develop the minimum standard requirement to ensure all of the banking, fintech, e-commerce, that providing services in digital economic finance meet the standard of know your customer. The second aspect that we need to balance between innovation and risk is how the data. As I said, in digital transformation, data and coding is very important. Some of the data, of course, we will let private to commoditize, to make the business. But some of the data, public data, must be offered by public. The need for establishing public infrastructure, data hub for sharing the data, public infrastructure for ensuring some of the public data are available for everybody to use it. But at the same time, also, data sharing is also important. This is the balance between ownership of the data and some of the data need to be shared for others, which is what they call it the public data. So the development of infrastructure, data hub, ensuring which are public data, which are actually data for that can be privatized is very important. This is actually the role that we will taking into account going the future. The third aspect is how to ensure the innovation and the stability. This is risk management, RegTech, SubTech, other aspect ensuring of regulation will be implemented. Credit scoring, that actually making sure that in the financial aspect, creating the innovation, but at the same time also making the stability. And other aspect of the RegTech and SubTech, we have to develop of the innovation and risk management, regulation, supervision, as well as other aspect of the reporting. This is the fourth vision that we will develop. Not only customer protection, how to ensure the public data through the open API and public sharing, as well as the balance between innovation as well as risk management and the stability. The fifth aspect is how to balance between engaging in cross-border with the national interest. This is the balance that we have. In the digital transformation, we are living in even borderless world. Any economic and financial services can be offered from everywhere, anytime. So we have to take into account to balance between the two. How we have to flourish our digital transformation through cross-border engagement with this aspect of making the national interest. We will talk and we will launch today one of the expansion. One of the example is our QR standard. Our QR standard will be developed, even as I said, this is data encoding. How the coding of our QR standard, Indonesian version, will able to differentiate between domestic transaction and cross-border transaction. The coding in our QR Indonesian standard by itself already differentiate those. So any domestic transaction will go to domestic transaction. Any cross-border transaction can be automatically also can be cross-border. This is the coding and the data by itself already we are developing the balancing between cross-border and national interest. We will also talking, when we talk, one of the initiatives that we're talking going forward is the fast payment. Going in the future, how our fast payment can also differentiate between domestic transaction and cross-border, like the one that we already done under national payment gateway through the debit card, where those already the coding in the GPN, national payment gateway, already differentiate between domestic transaction and national transaction. So everything that we will cross-border, we will take into account those aspects, including also requirement of the foreign provider to engage business in Indonesia through either ownership or through the contract with the domestic transaction, domestic company or counterpart. This is the basic principle that we engage, between cross-border and national interest. Through the setting of this coding, through the business contract, as well as through the ownership of the foreign into domestic. We will ensuring the Indonesian will welcome any investor, any foreign businesses engaging in Indonesia through those aspects. So this is the 5 vision that we will use, and we will endeavor going to the future, our vision of payment system 2025. Our payment system 2025 will be directed toward integrating digital economy and finance. Second, ensuring the digital banking flourish, becoming the core of digital economy and finance. Third, making interlink between fintech and digital banking. Fourth, balancing between innovation and risk. And fifth, balancing between cross-border and national interest. We already established this, and we already established 5 working groups within Bank Indonesia to cater the need. And we will jointly, we will working with the industry. We already talking with the banking. We will talk again with the banking. We will also talking with the fintech. We will talking with the e-commerce. We will talking, of course, with Association of Indonesian Payment System. We will grow with the industry. Of those vision, we will be ensuring a lot of discussion with industry, with the people, so ensuring that our policy benefiting our economy, benefiting our people, benefiting of our industry, but at the same time, ensuring the stability as well as hindering the negative externality, as well as ensuring the national interest. This is the 5 initiative, the first phase of our 5 initiative. After we are already progressing with Payment System Association of developing, and today we will proudly launching our QR Indonesian version. We are in the process of developing with the industry standardized open API. We already talking with banking of their API, application programming in Indonesia, that already they developed. We also talking with also the fintech communities that they already developed. We already talking with them on how actually to integrate API of the banking, API of the fintech, and promoting them going forward, developing standardized open API. This is very important things. We will going to standardize open API in both sides, on the funding, on the liability side of the bank, as well as the asset side. How to standardize open API to provide financing for the microfinance, as well as how to standardize open API to mobilize funding. I think those standardized open API, I think that will be also the first aspect that we will develop. The second initiative, how to transform our retail payment of SKNBI, System Clearing National Bank Indonesia, to be 24/7 real time. We will develop mobile fast payment. In the future, we already lagging behind with our neighbor of Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore, where they already developing 24/7 real-time retail payment. We will transform our SKNBI, System Clearing National Bank Indonesia, to be 24/7 real time. In the first phase, we will expand our service, current service of SKNBI, which is 5 times a day, 9 times a day, 2 hours, 1 hour, and cheaper. And we are still in the process of developing our new retail payment, what we call it mobile fast payment. Will transform the digital economy and finance, will be faster and cheaper. And of course, we will also talking with industry of the banking, how actually this our retail payment can also cater the need of the banking, including how our mobile fast payment will also can be linking with national payment gateway. This is the second initiative that we are developing. The third aspect is how international standards financial market infrastructure. We are developing not only infrastructure on the retail payment, but we are also in the process of developing our financial market infrastructure. We already, we will soon issuing our regulation of electronic trading platform in the money market and as well as FX market. We in the process talking with OJK, FSA, how to develop CCP, Central Counterparty, as one of the financial market infrastructure. In due course, we will look into our real-time gross settlement to cater the need broader aspect as well as cross-border. This is the aspect of the international standardized financial market infrastructure. The fourth initiative is open use of granular data. How to develop Indonesia, as I said, the public infrastructure and data hub, where public data can be shared, can be uploaded, while at the same time letting the industry catering the need of their private data. The development of public and private data through the public infrastructure and data hub becoming important. Protecting the customer protection, anti-money laundering, developing of data ID, digital ID. This is also important thing of the open use of granular data. In due course, of course, we need to talk about our regulation and cloud computing and other aspect of DLT, other aspect of the digital technology that catering the need in the payment system. The last but not least is regulatory reform. We are in the process of overhauling our policy, Bank Indonesia policy on the payment system. Will be more integrated, more end-to-end, holistic view of our payment system, whether talking about instrument, mechanism, infrastructure, as well as player, institution, and the cross-border. We are in the process of holistically reforming our regulation. I think this is the fifth initiative that we will be doing. Of course, in doing those initiatives, as I said, we will work with industry, whether e-commerce, fintech, banking. We will work with the government, and of course, we will ensuring working closely with our brothers financial service authority, Otoritas Jasa Keuangan. Because digital transformation, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, is already here to stay, and will be faster. The acceleration, we will be faster than never we will be able to imagine. And of course, there are a lot of benefit, but there is also aspect of disruptive. But surely, the thing that we have to take into account, making a sort of digital transformation for Indonesian, benefiting of Indonesian economy, benefiting for people in Indonesia, benefiting for Indonesian nation, and benefiting for us, the people, the industry, and the regulation. Together, we can transform Indonesia in the better future. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Pak Gubernur, for the valuable insights. Please do remain on stage because we are going to do the soft launch of QRIS, Indonesian Standard QR Code. And to join Pak Gubernur on stage, we also invite the chairman of the Indonesian Payment System Association, Bapak Anggoro Eko Cahyo, and then representing the baby boomers generation, Bapak Andi Lumenta, and representing the millennial generation, Mbak Sophie Makfiras, to join us on stage. ASPI has roles and functions in device development that can accommodate the various changes and dynamics that occur within the payment system industry, and the participants joining Pak Gubernur and Pak Anggoro are representing the baby boomers and the millennial generation. Now to soft launch, yes, they are here. Yes, lintas generasi. To soft launch QRIS this morning, Pak Gubernur, Pak Anggoro, Pak Andi, and Mbak Sophie will together activate QRIS on the count of 3. So on my count, we will do it together. 1, 2, 3. return to your seat, Bapak and Mbak Sophie. QRIS is the QR code standard for Indonesia's various payment system providers. QRIS enables one code to be used by multiple payment system providers at every merchant. The bank believes that the standardization of the quick response code will result in an integrated payment system that is more efficient, cheaper, and more secure. Now, there will be 3 discussions today. Now, before we begin our first session on digital transformation in the financial sectors, I'd like to invite Bapak Erwin Haryono as Director of Payment System Policy Department to join me here, because Bapak Erwin will conduct a poll using the Menti's survey